Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, and this is our weekly energy reading for the week ahead. I always set the intention that those who are meant to receive these messages from this reading align to this video. So if you align to this video, then there very much so may be some messages that you are meant to hear. I also just set the intention that this be a reading for us to gain a deeper understanding and higher sense of conscious awareness of what overall energies lie ahead and how we can best align with our higher selves, with the best possible version of ourselves. I felt like there were a lot of readings out there that had to do with relationships and career, but not enough that were just about our overall well-being, our overall ascension. And so that is what this reading is all about. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. I'm so grateful for you joining this growing community. And if you are new here, welcome. I am so grateful for you as well. Thank you all for bringing me into your present moment and being open enough to receive these messages that I channel. I have already cleansed my space, cleansed myself, so I can be the purest possible vessel for these messages. So let's go ahead and get into it. In the last energy reading, I did have some of you ask what decks I use, so I went ahead and added all of that information and those details regarding my decks that I use for every reading in the description. So if you're curious about that, go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and send you some of this sage so we can just really ground ourselves in this present moment and open ourselves up to receive. Okay, we have a full moon this Sunday, so this week already, just with that, we know that there are themes in our lives that are coming full circle. And my own intuitive energy reading that I have been channeling is that a lot of past relationships, past traumas, past experiences that are still impacting our forward motion are coming up to be released. So if you have been feeling any anxiousness, anxiety, pressure, any nervousness, triggering, anything like that, relax into that. Allow those emotions to pass through you so they can finally be released from your energetic field. So let's see what the overall energy for the week ahead is. What is the overall energy for the week ahead? What is the overall energy for the week ahead? What is the overall energy for the week ahead? What is the overall energy for the week ahead? I don't know why I got in the habit of like pulling 2 cards for every deck. Pulling one just like did not seem like enough, but sometimes it is, so we'll see. What is the overall energy for the week ahead? What is the overall energy for the week ahead? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I got one that is sticking out, trying to make itself known to us, so we're gonna pull that. The first one that we got is the High Priest, to intend and create. We also got the Direction Guardian, to choose your path. Both of these are very powerful, and I feel like they're very much so in alignment with the recent Lionsgate portal and new moon that we had, and the upcoming full moon, I believe, in Aquarius, because we had, I think it was in Aquarius, right? Because the full moon that we had before this is in the same sign as this upcoming moon. I remember that both full moons were going to be under the same sign, and I do believe it's in Aquarius, and we are in the era of Aquarius, right? The age of Aquarius, which is a lot about feminine energy, a lot about allowing yourself to receive, balancing your feminine energies, and really tuning into love, being in that love vibration, and gaining confidence, right? A lot of healing feminine energy is stepping into your power, into your light, and claiming your gifts, claiming your passions, claiming your desires, claiming your path and your self-preservation, and really committing yourself to regaining that confidence in yourself and your ability to thrive, your ability to succeed. So I feel like those are some overall energies that we're really coming into, especially when we are around Aquarius energy. But given that last week, a lot of us did set intentions with the Lionsgate, with the new moon, and if you haven't done so, if you haven't taken the time to really set your intentions, this is our message that this is still a week where it's really powerful for us to be setting intentions. But at this point, it's not just about writing our intentions down and acknowledging our desires. We are being called now to create, to take those first steps forward if you haven't already taken those first steps. It's really the time to step into your higher self, the high priest, right? Your higher self energy, and really start making that forward motion into the path that you are choosing to take. So this is a time where you are really having to decide who you want to be. And I know that this has been a reoccurring theme, but because we are experiencing so much transition and so much transformation and so much self-evolution, we have to be consistently acknowledging and checking in on how our desires are changing too, how our visions, how our aspirations, how our passions, how our values and perspectives on our own lives are shifting alongside our self-evolution. A lot of what you may have set goals and intentions for maybe even just a month ago, at the beginning of this year, just a few months ago, maybe those intentions, those goals, those dreams of yours have changed because you are no longer the same person. So it's so important to really be continuously checking in with yourself on that, and tuning into the lunations and the full moon, new moon cycles really is a great way to consistently be checking in with yourself. But this week, y'all, you might be experiencing some situations, some emotions that will be guiding you towards really having to make a decision if it is in alignment with the path that you are choosing to take. This is a very powerful week for you to decide what is in alignment with you and what is no longer in alignment with you, and who it is that you are becoming. And all of you, something that we all have in common of who we are becoming is higher vibrations, our most authentic selves. We are becoming more in tune with our bodies, with our powers, with our liberation, and really remind yourself that, really affirm that into your life, and don't let it slip away from you. Don't let any situation, environment, past revisit, emotion cause you to resort back to old ways, because this year it really is so important that we are prioritizing forward motion, regardless of how uncomfortable it may be, regardless of how much uncertainty it may bring, regardless of who we may lose, what we may lose. We have to have that faith that moving forward, moving onward and upward is in our highest favor. I do want to look at the Direction Guardian card, just because I want to make sure that I don't miss out on any other message, because it just feels really important at this time. So let's see. Connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. Yes, again, that feminine energy, that tuning into love, really being heart-centered, that is the common underlying root in all of this transformation. It is so important that we are tuning into the vibration of love. What is it that you truly love and truly loves you in return? That is what you want to be tapping into. Really allow yourself to dream big, because you are being supported at this time, and you always are supported. But now you're really becoming more and more aware of that. You're becoming aware of the actual possibility, and you're also becoming aware of the fact that you are not alone when you are in tune with spirit. Your path is not set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So, if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path that you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. Yeah. Should any challenges or obstacles arise, what energy do you recommend that we tap into, Spirit? Should any challenges or obstacles arise, what energy do we tap into? Should any challenges or obstacles arise, what energy do we tap into? Should any challenges or obstacles arise? Wow, that is so interesting, man. Okay, so we got potential, right? We got potential. I don't think that's a volcano, but I'm going to double check. And we also got the standstill card. And the reason why I reacted like, wow, is like, if you've been tuning into these weekly energy readings for a minute, you know that this card has literally been coming up like almost every single week. And what are the odds, like, out of this whole deck that I shuffle, like, really, you know, nicely. I consider myself to be a pretty good shuffler. Like, what are the odds that that same card comes up all the time? Now I really want to revisit this booklet and see what it says. If it feels like some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life, and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into the mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. So, a lot of us have been feeling like, time has felt like it's moving really fast, but our lives, our journeys in themselves have felt like they have been a little slower, right? A bit more slow paced, as if things aren't moving as quickly as we envision them to, or as we'd like them to. Just our path just seems to be in this slower motion. And we are being assured that yes, like if you feel like your life, your path has come to a standstill and things are moving slower, that is true. Like it is moving in a slower motion, and that is happening for a reason. That is happening so that you can actually tune into your life, tune into your surroundings, your environment, your desires, your not only external but internal needs. Like what is going on not only without you but within you. Like this slower pace of living that is being forced upon you, that honestly is being gifted to you, is intended for you to be able to really be able to tune in with yourself. Remember that the pace of your life right now, how things are right now, is temporary, y'all. Like don't get so sucked into how things are now, how your environment, your situation is now, that you start feeling like you're stuck because you're not stuck. As it mentioned here, the worst thing that you can do when things aren't working out is to cause more struggle within yourself. So like let's take in mind like quicksand, right? When you get stuck in quicksand, they recommend that you don't try to struggle your way out because you're going to get pulled more and more into the sand. You want to relax and slowly like extricate yourself from the quicksand, and that is going to be the way that you pull yourself out of that situation. And what, like, I love observing nature so much because what applies in nature applies to us as well. Like that is the divine way of being. And we are being called to flow with this slow and steady pace and pace ourselves in that way to where we are more able to lift the veils and to acknowledge the truth. Like something that really stuck out to me in the description of that is how much nature loves the truth. And we are nature, y'all. Like we, like something that I've come to the realization of as I've continued to lean into my own spirit, into my awakening, into my conscious awareness, and my studies as a healer and intuitive guide is honestly all I desire is what is real and what is true. Like I value the truth, honesty so much, whether it's dark truth or light truth. Like to me, truth, regardless of what it is always light, because it is only in truth where we are able to really heal. It is only in awareness where we are really able to grow. So for those of you who come across obstacles, come across struggle, come across challenges, really take the time to acknowledge what the truth is in that situation, in that environment, in that emotion, in that trigger, and pull out the weeds of your life. Like we are right now, like as much as we want to manifest newness in our lives, we are only going to be able to do that if we take the time to make the space to like create a more a strong, sturdy, fertile foundation for this new life, this new self that we are building. So letting go and releasing and doing that shadow work, doing that self-healing work is just, if not more important than consistently paying attention towards like what you want to manifest, like all of that stuff. So trust the standstill. However the standstill is showing up in your life and reflecting in your life, lean into that, become curious about it, and allow it to happen. Go with that flow. Don't go against it. Don't create more struggle for yourself. Don't resist and create more friction in your life. Go with that flow. And then we got potential. And I feel like, as I was mentioning when we were talking about the overall energy of this coming week, like really tapping into your potential and remembering what your highest potential is as you are choosing your path, as you are making decisions, as you are navigating your journey, especially this week, and as we approach the full moon, and as we are continuing to transition out of this portal that we just welcomed ourselves to step into. As we set our intentions and are continuing to set our intentions after that new moon, we have to really uphold ourselves to those standards, to those desires, to what it is that we're writing down and committing ourselves to. And when challenges, obstacles, struggles, whatever the case may be, arrive, remind yourself, what is your highest potential in that situation? What would your higher self do in that situation? And what is the opportunity that is available there? What is the lesson trying to make itself known to you there? Because there's lessons literally available in everything and everyone. And when we really acknowledge that truth, when we seek out the lesson that is available to us in everything and everyone and every day, and we really choose to learn those lessons and to become a student of life, that is where the progression happens. That is where the ascension happens. That is where the growth happens. I want to see if I'm not... Yeah, so this is a volcano. I knew it. Yeah, this is a volcano at rest, right? And I feel like in that state, as we are looking at it, it's very calm, it's peaceful. But what is brewing inside the volcano when it is in that calm state? It has this eruptive potential within it to explode, to erupt, to have this passionate fire. And something that is coming up here in light of this being a volcano that has this passionate intensity within is you are being called to step into your power, into your potential, and really activate your gifts that you have had in the back burner of your life. This is the time to allow it to flow. So there is this energy of flow, y'all. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano may indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of great expansion and energy and life force. So, should any struggles or obstacles arise this week, is it a reflection of the dormant volcano within you? Are you suppressing emotions, thoughts, energies within you that on the outside you may look like this, but on the inside you are ready to explode? You do not need to get to that point where you are about to explode and erupt like a volcano. There is a way of being, a way of life that is possible for us to be in this constant state of flow, to not have stagnant blockages within us that cause us to feel this way. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Ask yourselves, like, am I representative of a dormant volcano at this time? What am I suppressing? What is within me that may erupt soon, or wants to erupt, wants to be let out, wants to be released? And all of that may come up with this full moon, because full moons are like, if we observe what it means to be a full moon, it's everything's coming full circle. And when it comes full circle, you have the full picture in front of you. You have all of that light that is now able to shed light on all areas of your life. You have more access to really facing the truth in everything, really seeing the light in everything. So this is what we have been touching on, an embodiment of full moon energy. All right, what do we focus on healing this week? 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 Wow, y'all. Thank you, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, for these messages. I'm so honored to relay these messages to y'all and even to myself, y'all, because when I'm speaking, when I'm sharing these messages, like, it's not me talking, like, it's all just flowing out of me. So I am receiving these messages myself as much as you are in this moment. So we're being called to heal in our transformation. So whatever stage you're at in your transformation, lean into the healing that exists in that stage. So maybe you are in the stage where you are just now becoming the caterpillar who is beginning to build the cocoon, and lean into solitude and prepare yourself to become this new version of yourself that is a butterfly, to lean into the uncertainty of not knowing what it is that you are becoming, but knowing that you are becoming something else than you are right now. And y'all, we are all in the midst of transformation, really all the time. And I feel like right now, this year, it's been just extra potent because there is this collective awakening that's taking place. The great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn did have a big role personally, I believe, in that, in the acceleration of that, because honestly, like, humanity and the planet has been in the process of rebalancing itself for many years now. And a lot of that rebalancing is rebalancing feminine and masculine energies. I'm not going to get into all of that, but heal alongside your transformation. And the other card that we got is truth. Y'all, truth is everything right now. Truth. Lean into the truth. What is the truth that you have been avoiding, either about yourself or about others or about your desires? Ooh, y'all, my foot is falling asleep. Sorry, I like keep moving, but it's like my foot's tingling. Okay, I'm trying not to let it distract me. But right now, what is really healing us at this time is our transformation, and allowing ourselves to experience that transformation fully, whatever it looks like. Wherever it is that you are in that transformation, allow it to heal you, allow it to transform you, and really accept that. Accept the truth of where it is that you are and how it is that you are. Y'all, do not be avoidant of the truths. Do not be avoidant of the truths. I want to look into what the booklet says, because these messages just feel so important. The eagle proudly surveys its domain from such a high perch that all pertaining to the situation is revealed. The shadows hide nothing from his keen vision. Once you can remove yourself from the muck that lower vibrations keep you in, you can attain a viewpoint that enables you to see the truth of the matter. This card advises you to search for the truth of the situation, regardless of the emotions it brings up. Are you or someone connected to you unconsciously suppressing the truth? Hiding from the truth can only intensify the lesson later on. Exactly. So the more that we prolong confronting the truth, expressing our truths, the more it's going to build this kind of suppression within us, to where we are going to get to the point where we have to explode, and the truth is going to explode in a way that could have been avoided, that could have been less intense. As I mentioned, it doesn't have to get to that point. So this week, you're really being called to lean into the truths that exist in your life, that are trying to make themselves known to you, that have been trying to make themselves known to you, that have always been known to you, but you have been turning a blind eye to, you have been programmed to suppress, you yourself have suppressed or ignored. And it really is all about, in the booklet it was talking about how the eagle is able to be in these higher elevations, to be able to see everything, right? And it is important for us to get ourselves out of the lower vibrations to be able to see the truth in everything. Because sometimes when we are stuck in a situation or environment or a feeling or a thought, it's hard for us to see the truth, because sometimes those environments, situations, relationships, emotions, thoughts can create a fog to where we're blinded, right? We're blinded from the truth. And I feel like, again, revisiting this standstill card where everything is kind of moving in a slower pace, we have more access, we have more ability to take steps back so that we can elevate higher and be able to see the bigger picture, be able to see the truth that lies within and without us. So what do we surrender this week? What do we focus on surrendering this week? What do we focus on surrendering this week? What do we focus on surrendering this week? What do we focus on surrendering? What do we focus on surrendering this week? So we've got surrender denial. Yeah, so again, I feel like this is in correlation to all of this that we have been talking about. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So have you been denying your passions? Have you been denying the direction of your life that you truly desire to go in? Have you been denying certain truths? Have you been denying certain relationships? Have you been denying certain things that you know you need to let go of? What have you been in denial of? What have you been in denial of? Really ask yourself that this week and become aware of that. Have you been in denial of your highest potential because you feel like it's not possible for you? Have you been in denial of letting go of a relationship because you're afraid of feeling alone, of feeling like empty, of feeling like you're not going to have as much or things are going to change? Like, surrender yourself to the truth. Really, really surrender to the truth. Allow the truth to purify you, to cleanse you, to ascend you. And surrender to your intuition. You have all the answers you need within you, and I know that sometimes that can be a hard concept to grasp, but it'll become easier for you to understand how to surrender to your intuition, how to connect and strengthen your relationship with your intuition when you do the work, when you actually confront yourself, confront your shadows, do shadow work, really become brutally honest with yourself, really lean into surrender, lean into acceptance, really tune into your body. Like, there's so much power in tuning into our bodies, y'all. Like, I'm learning more and more about just how much of our healing, much of our awakening, much of our ascension, much of our abundance and all of that, all of the goodness that we aspire to manifest, like, it really is rooted in us healing our relationships with our bodies, taking care of our bodies, like really becoming present with our bodies. And that is going to connect you to your intuition. That is going to connect you with your ability to have clear gut instincts where you know what you need to do, you know which path to take, you know what decision to make. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashings, knowings, or aha moments that may come through to guide you. So tune into your intuition, y'all, this week and every week. This week and every week. Today, every day, every moment. Make space for the power that lies within you, the gift that lies within you, which is your intuition. We all have it. You don't have to be a self-proclaimed healer, or guide, or reader, whatever. Like, we all have those gut instincts. We all have the power of our intuition within us, all of us. Okay, what are our affirmations for this week? What are our affirmations for this week? I really hope that this is still recording because I've had it happen sometimes to where I'm like done with the reading and then okay, what are our affirmations this week? 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 Okay. So we've got freedom is my divine right. I am free to think wonderful thoughts, and I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. Self-liberation, y'all. You tap into self-liberation when you tap into your intuition, listening to your intuition and nothing else. You tap into self-liberation when you make a clear decision of what it is that you want, of what your desires are, of who you are becoming. You tap into self-liberation when you allow yourself to stand still, when you don't fear slow-paced living, when you don't fear slowing down. You are tapping into your self-liberation. When you are intentional about what it is that you are creating within yourself and the world around you, the community around you, the environment, the situations around you, that is tapping into self-liberation when you are really intentional about all that you do and all that you are. I can release the past and forgive everyone. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. Self-liberation also comes from tapping into forgiveness. Again, for those that are in denial about certain relationships, that are in denial about anything, sometimes we really have to lean into the forgiveness part for us to finally be able to surrender the denials that we have been holding on to, for us to really surrender to the flow of life, to our potentials, and to not have those blockages within us, to not have the stagnancy in the flow of our lives and our paths. We have to liberate ourselves and we have to surrender to the flow. And one thing that really blocks that flow, that really stagnates your movement, is the inability to forgive. And something that I always say is, if you are struggling to forgive someone else, then focus on forgiving yourself first, because once you learn how to forgive yourself, it becomes so much easier to forgive others. Because again, how it is that we treat others, how it is that we relate to others is a mirror reflection, is a direct reflection of how we are in relationship with ourselves. So if you can forgive yourself for anything that you've ever done, and truly forgive yourself, and hold yourself accountable too, right? There's the accountability part of, I forgive myself for doing this, and I hold myself accountable for doing this. But I'm not going to guilt myself any longer. I'm not going to hold on to this pain, because I know how important it is for me and my healing and my ascension and me becoming a more accepting, loving, beautiful, higher self. I have to forgive me, and I have to forgive you, because I love myself so much that I'm not going to be holding on to this. I'm not going to stagnate anymore. I'm not going to have any blockages within me. I'm worthy of more than that. I'm surrendering to the flow of life now, and I'm committing to that, and I know that I need to forgive myself for XYZ, and I know that I need to forgive you for XYZ, and if it's hard for me to do that right now, then I'm going to work on forgiving myself first, and my forgiveness for you is going to come. And I know that my truth right now is that I cannot forgive you right now, but I am working on it, because that is something that I genuinely want to do. So I'm going to focus on forgiving myself first, and it's hard, it's not easy, but I'm going to forgive myself. And when I do, I know I'm going to be able to forgive. I'm going to be able to forgive you. I'm going to be able to forgive others for XYZ. Like, I don't know where that came from. It just came out of me, but hopefully that gave you just kind of a clear distinction, a clear vision of what it looks like to really acknowledge your truth. Like, if your truth right now is that you cannot forgive someone for what they did to you, acknowledge that truth. don't shy away from it. Like that in itself is like a shadow, right? Like that shadow work is like acknowledging your shadows and being honest about them. You don't need to shame yourself or guilt yourself into like because you're unable to forgive someone. Like your inability to forgive someone is valid, but it is also incredibly valid and true that forgiving yourself liberates you from stagnancy, from blockages, from pain, from hurt. And you don't need to hold on to that anymore. Whew. That can be a whole other video in itself. But y'all, I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope that it brought you some clarity, resonance. As always, I'm going to put timestamps in the description below so that it's easier for you to navigate this reading should you want to revisit it throughout the week. We're going to have a beautiful full moon ahead of us. We're going to continue to ascend, and we're going to claim that right now in this moment, that we are continuing to invest in ourselves and be spirit-led, be heart-centered, and be truthful. Be truthful, first and foremost, with ourselves and with others. Bless you all. Thank you. So much gratitude. I appreciate you all. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and join this growing community. I look forward to our next energy reading, but I am just present right now with this one. This was really beautiful. Thank you, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. I'll see you all in my next video.